we go. I figured I could at least set this up so you can see that it is actually downloading, and I'm not making that up. Overall, it's at about 68%. Oops. I'm sure that's really helpful on mail. For once, I can actually hear myself talk back, which is nice and new. So I know when I'm being too loud. See how it is, Emil? You just want to block me out. That's how it is. Could y'all actually do me a favor today? I want to see how bad the lag is between me and you. So as soon as I say F, just put F in the chat. So go ahead and just F. That's not too bad. It's about 4-ish seconds. That's doable for a puzzle game. It is sure taking its sweet time to download, though. That is pretty abysmal. I don't know why it's so slow today. Sorry, each time it does that, it's me checking the side panel to see what's going on. Looks like Blue hasn't made it yet, which is kind of unfortunate. So I know they were looking forward to this. Oh boy, we've almost hit the 50% mark. Boo. And if you listen closely, you can hear Artemis losing her ship behind me. Minutes of loading screen. This is the best stream ever. She's currently chasing around a toy. We found one stuck underneath the couch the other day, so we heard a weird noise and it turns out it was a magnet. So she's just very excited and just running around playing with this toy. She's a funny little baby. Please, sir, I just want to play the game. Let me show my friend's cool puzzle game before family comes home. sir, may I have the game indulgence? Hi, yes, I see you jumping around back there. Whoa, 50%. Watch out, y'all. It's only been 5 minutes. Yeah. I kind of want to add them, but I also don't want to be very annoying towards Blue. Just like, you said you want to show up, I want to make sure you make it. Also, let it be known when we play Going Home, you guys get to hear the train wreck that is me trying to read out loud. Because for whatever reason, like, I just cannot read to save my life, especially when I have to speak and read at the same time. In my head, I read just fine. Pretty good at it. But then I'm told to read out loud, and it's like, sure are words on this page. I'm gonna add and subtract words as I see fit. Seven minutes, and we're only 52% down. Oh, 53% downloaded. I'm sorry. Take your time. It's gonna be a little bit. It's a pretty nice game. It's really short when I played it, mostly because I didn't find everything. It's mostly just exploring around the house and figuring out what happened while you were spending a year in Europe. Because you came home and nobody's there. At all. I'd be so mad. Hi, Mom and Dad. I spent a year away. I'm gonna come home. Don't tell me anything about the fact that you're not home. You're gone. It's real nice, that. Oh, now we're trucking. We're at 58%. Killing it. Invite everybody. Burn the house down. It's fine. It looked like a horror game when I first opened it, so like I was hardcore dodging certain parts of the house just like out of pure fear. And it turned out to be fine. There's no jump scares or anything. It's just dark and stormy, so everything just looks way worse than it actually is. At one point, a light breaks, but I was certain like there was gonna be a ghost come out of nowhere, so I hightailed it out of there, and my little brother was just dying on the couch. 'Cause he knew better. Jumped a whole 2% there. Or really just getting a nap. 11 minutes of loading screen. The best streamer ever. Oh, it's just going dark. Never mind. Thought I was going 65, done. I was wrong. Rest in peace, Emil. Sounds excellent. Emil's just having a good time. Let them live. Somebody had the best job then. Did you guys want to see the really cool icons I got for Twitch? There you go. Yes. Oh, 69. Nice. getting there. Not particularly fast, but we're getting there. I have to have some in my drink. They're just getting dry. Yeah, buddy. See what else we got here. Ugh, got dead mouse. Kappa. Basically me begging for this to finish downloading, please. I want to see what percentage at overall. Overall, it's at 88%. Goodness. Artemis is currently stretched out in front of the sliding glass door and is just happily asleep. Little kitten belly facing the sun. She's got a good kitten tummy. It's because she keeps stealing Shepherd's food. So now we joke that instead of being like a piece of spaghetti, because she's this little thin cat, she's got a like protruding belly, so she's a little ravioli. It used to be whenever either one of the cats would lay out, they're just so tiny and skinny that they'd be noodles. But now she's ravioli, and Shepherd's a manicotti. Exactly. Mama pasta. Shepherd's been a funny baby as of late. She's not a very touch-receptive cat. She usually likes her distance, but as of late, she's just been like threading between my legs, demanding pets. She wants her belly rubbed. I think she's just getting jealous of Artemis, who like actively will run up to you and slap you and say, "You will pet me now." Minutes of loading. Nailed it. Jinx, on the other hand, does not understand why she cannot bum rush the kitten. Keeps scaring the hell out of poor Artemis, who's just trying to, like, say hello to people. We're almost there! Please! Hello. My dad's about to be awake from his nap at this rate and did not expect downloading to take this long. Correction, he is awake. Hello! Mind the cord. Good save. Was not expecting it to take like 25 minutes to download a single game that's not even that big. I know. Yeah, I'm streaming for some friends so they can see the game. Hi, Jinxie. Should go outside. Yes. You and your funny whiskers. There you go. Go on. Nope. She said, screw you, Hades. You're not the boss of me. You can't tell me what to do. Oh no! There it goes. Sir, let me in the game. Oh, I can get me more download done. Teasing me by how close it is to being done. Hi, Shepard. You know, I used to think that Shepard was a very little cat. And then we got Artemis, and she's getting close to 5 months old, and she hasn't really grown anything at all. So she's still like this little 3-pound cat, so now Shepherd looks like a giant. I'm sure if somebody showed me like a regular sized cat, I would be completely blown away. It's almost there. Exactly. I swear there's a game on the other side of the screen. I guess it just kind of stopped at 97 and said, no, suffer. You were too impatient. Now pay for your crimes. There we go. Oh, big stretch. It is. It's pretty miserable out. It's also humid, so it's like even worse than usual. Currently it's mocking me by just like slowly inching at the end. Uh-huh. No. I do not like that. Hey. I'll be quiet for a little bit so you guys can hear the narrator.
In the beginning, me. I'm awake. I'm alive. I can feel it. Life flowing through me. Breath, thought. A few seconds ago there was nothing, but now here I am. Well, there's only one logical conclusion. I am God, and this is my universe. It's pretty cool. It is too dark and silent, formless and void, not fitting for a god of my stature. Let there be light! Oh, and there was! Oh! Wow! Oh, I must be God! I can move, I can talk, I can walk. I hover to and fro above the infinite surface, plain as it is. This is amazing! My universe! A bit bland, but a bland universe is better than no universe. Still, I feel the need for progress. I need a direction. I need a destination, an end to my beginning, an omega to my alpha. For how can there be progress without a destination? narrow path that leads to a destination. Progress! Before me, I see a large wall. I press on and walk through the wall like a ghost. Nope, walls are solid, can't do that. Note to self, cannot walk through walls. Push the button, escape the box. I control the world with a wave of my figurative hand. Though, being a god, I have no need for hands apparently. I think I need some trimmings, something to spruce the place up a bit. Make my universe heavenly. Something to reflect my wealth and godlike status. Grand. It needs colour. Gold. Lots of gold. To reflect my immense wealth. An abundance of goldness. Also to reflect my love of reflective metals. Whoa. Okay, that's it. A temple. That's the right kind of place for a god to live. If I bend my figurative knees and jump, the world moves downwards, away from me, the centre of my own little universe. I translate the world as if it were mine. Well, yeah, which it is. Another wall? I must continue to progress, in spite of this challenge to my authority. As I move forward, the world approaches me. I am literally the centre of the universe. As I turn, the world rotates around me. I am pivotal. I bring a new meaning to self-centered. What with being the centre of all things. As an artist, I need to define my influences. Who are my influences? Well, myself. I inspire myself. I am inspirational. I aspire to be myself. Matched. Perfectly. Now I can relax. Thinking time is over.
There we go. That's just the prologue. Now I can leave it up to y'all and you can solve for yourself, or I can just walk through it.
Lead me, path. Lead me to my destination.
Okay.
Onwards! A passing gate is a sign of progress along my path. I must admit that I rather enjoy the progress. However, it seems I am met with a new challenge at every turn. These challenges require knowledge. Slightly worrying. As a god, I consider myself all-knowing. Why is it I must stop and think? Knowledge is obscured from me. All these eyes watching makes me a bit uneasy. Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists. A bench. Brilliant. Something to rest my figurative head upon from all that adventurous walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god, I feel no real need to rest. Don't know why I made a bench. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe I should rest as an example to others. No, there are no others. Don't understand why I filled the place with pots, either. I don't have anything to store. Maybe I should make lemonade. I'd need to invent lemons first, a few other things too. Time to start a list of inventions. Lemons, a lemon press, sugar, the abstract concept of sweetness, a tongue. I definitely need a tongue, but I need a body first. Legs, I want legs. Then I could have footsteps to accompany my walking. I find myself awfully ethereal currently, even for a god.
Here we go. The main concept for this entire chapter is just these eyes. In order to open gates and to move forward,
A door
a
that
lot of
opens
times you
only
need to
when
either be
watched.
inside the eyes.
Yet more evidence of
or
my
look.
centrality to this narrative. It makes me wonder what is in the next room before I enter. Is there anything? Is it simulated? Is it culled because my mind does not have the power to imagine the whole world at one instant? Oh, for the sake of sanity, I choose to believe the world around the corner exists.
Sorry, this is about to be a bit dizzying.
Aha! There it is! Hiding. But I'm afraid not even you could escape my powers of observation. Wow! So many books, years of reading! But why would God read books that he's written? Then again, books written by God would be the best books. Why would I read books that I haven't written? I should write my own book. A book set apart from the rest. I wouldn't know what to call it. Autobiography, maybe. A brief history of life. Pneuma presents himself in Pneuma. Critics have called it the best book ever written. Winner of every writing prize for writing. The Hallway called it the best book since records began. A small bench said it was a record-breaking record of historical records. Oh, I don't know what kind of book I would write if I didn't write an autobiography, though. Maybe a piece of fiction. I could tell stories of magical doors that only open when watched. Maybe stories about a little wooden boy come to life. Maybe I'd write science books. As the creator of the universe, I could easily write an exhaustive science textbook. I mean, if I got something wrong, I could just change the rules of the universe to match the book. I could keep changing the laws of the universe and write new revisions. I could write every book on the face of the universe. There's still every book to write, and forever to write it in. I notice how things further away seem smaller. An increase in distance causes a decrease in size. This is called perspective. The irony is the implication. I must be the biggest thing in the world.
Not quite. Too tall now. Still too tall. Door's gonna drive me insane. There we go. Oh.
Where did all this marble come from? Because it's just here. I guess as God, I made it. I can't remember ever making any of this, though. Marble requires great heat, pressure, and time to form. So how did I make it? Did I just
What's up?
pop it into existence? I guess I could do that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years? Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my...
It's so I can see what my friends are saying. Because I can't
Memory.
pull up the chat there.
Look at this! The world bends to my will. More evidence of my deity. The immense power of my mind. Bow
playing on
before
the
my
Xbox?
ample brow, for I can move things with just...
I'm currently streaming through the Xbox. My computer is currently turned into the stream so I can see what people are saying on the chat. That's still what I'm streaming through. I'm streaming through this, but it won't let me see the chat at the same time because Xbox can't support that. So I'm going to my own channel here. I'm not streaming from my computer.
Just a glance. Fear my gaze, lest I move you
I'm sorry.
around.
And yet here I am. Otherwise, I'd be streaming and I have no idea what they're saying. No, I can't.
What a polite door.
Yes. 'Cause I have a
Opening
microphone.
itself upon my approach.
Huh? What? Because that's not how streaming works.
The right way to treat your god door. I
Love
shall
you,
give
Dad.
you great treasures for your compliance. This door? What a conniving door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me.
One more time.
Why can't you be more like that other door?
Jinx definitely gets
That
it.
other door had respect. I have bested you, door. Are you not moved? Rotate about me, bridge. Bow to my rotational power. I wonder if this is normal. Moving things with your mind. It must be. I am normal. That cannot be contested. Normal is the norm, and as the only thing, I must be normal. I am mighty. I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind. It would be a tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest. What are hands? I can move bridges with my mind. I wonder if I could move them to laughter or tears. They seem to be quite emotionally dead. But with enough anthropomorphism, I'm sure they would lighten up. Thank you, bridges, for bringing things together. I wonder if these bridges deserve my thanks. If they're my creation, is to thank them to thank myself? Well, thank me for my excellence.
Gonna keep messing with you, huh?
This world seems counterintuitive. Not entirely sure what's going on. I seem to be playing a series of practical jokes
Okay. Love you.
on myself.
Stay
Who
safe.
constructs a world like this? A world that attempts
Okay.
to confound me at every turn. Why did I make such a world?
See
Makes
ya.
me feel smart, I guess. How gratuitously self-indulgent.
Ooh. Oh, bastard. There we go.
the world turns about my pivot. Is it that the world turns around me, or that I turn around the world? If it's just matrix multiplication, then the question is redundant, I'm sure. Cos theta minus sine theta cos theta. My conscious perspective makes it an incontrovertible fact that I am the center of the universe.
I apologize, this is about to get really dizzying. It is. It's the same basic concept.
As a god, I can turn any situation to my advantage. The rules of the universe are mine to write, though they are rather conventional at the moment.
Pretty pleased with how the stream's been going, actually. It's more stable than usual. Actually, oh, it's loaded. This is where it actually starts to get a little tougher.
Every room of this world seems to be carefully crafted for me. A hidden hand woven through the fabric of the universe. A fingerprint everywhere. A different hidden hand guiding my footsteps. The laws unfold. Their origins a mystery. But why a mystery? Gods should know all things. Gods are creators. I must have created this world. If not, why would the world have the appearance of craft? Perhaps as I speak, a subconscious part of me is busy making the next room. It is my world, after all. I must be working hard right now to build the next room, or perhaps my mind creates this appearance of order out of the noise. This world is clearly the product of a mind. It is full of inorganic patterns and purposeful architecture. Could a series of complex interactions create an agent possible of making purposeful change in an environment? If that were the case, then it would make a compelling argument for a world without craft. Still a world optimized for some function, mind you.
So this one actually took me like a better part of like 30 minutes to figure out.
If something abided in this universe for a moment, or if something was removed, where does it go? A thing that is removed from the universe does not exist. A thing that does not exist? How can I know of a thing that does not exist? A memory of a thing that once existed. I need a principle to avoid this contradiction, this cognitive dissonance in my mind. How can I know of a thing that does not exist? What is this pervasive delusion? Things must exist forever. How are these things created? Before creation, they did not exist. Tense. Time. Time! The world has time! The world is not always the same. Aha! But I am constrained to this time. Why am I constrained to time? A god should not be constrained.
Anyways, these all actually time out at different times. So these are the slowest. These are about medium, and that's the fastest. So the trick is here actually to stand right here in this corner and like quickly peek out here, because the moment you see the clocks, they reset. And you peek over here, and then you jump down and haul ass to that one. Once you get all of them lit up though, they stay lit, so you don't have to worry about like doing it and like rushing over to the door. It took me a very long time to figure this one out because I kept trying to think like this was the first one because it's the furthest away, so I'd run up here and then I'd get so angry because it had 4 out of the 5 lit up. It was very confusing to me.
Here's a question for me. If I was to study the corner of a board game, could I infer the rules of the game? Perhaps if I use my godlike powers of intuition. How can you understand a world from a vertical slice? Sometimes empirical knowledge is required, surely. Not everything can be inductive or deductive. If the world is made for me, for what purpose? Is it a test? Is it to be enjoyed? Is it to bring acclaim to its creator? As a god, I feel like I should have a stronger grasp of this.
So this is actually an Easter egg right here. Or not so much an Easter egg as like an additional challenge. I'll gladly show you how to do it actually. Jinxie, please don't. I can remember how to do it. Here we go. Let's reset some of the spaces actually. Makes things a little easier. First time I did it, I got in like 2 seconds and it was a complete accident. I just can't seem to get this center one to go. Which is weird. Usually the easiest one. You said, "Oh, today I make a liar out of you." Majority of the time, it's just a question of perspective. But because of that, the tall ones are the hardest ones to get. Often your perspective is skewed because you're too small. That makes sense. There we go. Sorry about that, that took way longer than I anticipated. Alright. Got a little friend here. Let's guide him to where he belongs. It was formed of the dust. Thus I have made it night. Back to the task at hand. Let's play a fun color puzzle, shall we?
What is a challenge? Does the creator wish to teach, or perhaps just entertain? Some space to think, or maybe just to do something productive?
Ta-da! And the basic idea for that one is just to get the colors to line up. That's it. This coming chapter, though, took me the better part of 2 hours to solve.
A state change on observation. Things in this world can change. Apparently between only 2 states though, on and off. Hopefully not indicative of my state of mind. Binary, between 2 extremes, 2 poles if you will. But why does the world change between a few states? Changes only seem to occur in small degrees. Why? Why is the world quantized? It confuses me that there's a limited amount of states in this world. I think that there would be an infinite amount. Why would there need to be a limit unless there was a constraint? And why would there be a constraint? I sure hope it's due to incomprehensible macro-level relationships rather than the overwhelming simplicity of a system. That is a nightmare which I could not face. The implication would be clear. A wooden boy given the breath of life.
Shit.
Continuous makes more sense than discrete, surely. All ideas are continuous, but the mechanics discrete. Nonsense, clearly nonsense. The location of each item in the world is only accurate to a binary exponent width of 8 bits. Why? And still, it can only be observed by a keen eye for infinitesimal phenomena. Planck's constant, the universe's machine epsilon. Oh, what am I even saying? Paranoia, paranoia!
There we go. Yeah, it was just that last puzzle that took me forever because I didn't realize that I had to have like all 5 eyes within view. This next one though actually made me quit for a little while. It's the kind of stuff that is actually, once you figure it out, is very simple. But because I'm so used to different other puzzle games, I just kept trying to think like maybe there's something behind the wall that I didn't see, and I started like running around the wall looking for interaction points. But no, it was literally just look up a little more. Sometimes the solution is just that simple. I believe this is chapter 4 out of 6, so we're actually almost done. Yes, it's actually just that simple.
Grand! So many doors! The path still appears to travel onwards behind a large gate, but there are forks in this path. An opportunity to travel, see the universe, go along any path I desire. All this travelling though, I would like a travelling companion. Someone to watch over me, help decide where to go, watch my back, keep me company. Oh, but that's just silliness. I don't really need anyone. I'm a god.
Y'all ready for this particular puzzle? It took me a while. And I'll show you why. So look at the tiles on the floor. Take note of how they're arranged at this moment in time.
This world has rules, clearly. For one,
Bam.
I cannot walk through walls, which is disturbing.
Ta-da!
You'd think if I was a god, I could do what I wished. For the most part, I don't appear to be in control. Perhaps my subconscious is keeping the world in shape. Subconscious. A powerful part of mind, all along unobserved, subtle. I wonder what resides in this subconscious. Those thoughts that I'm not aware of. Not all of my decisions are wisely made under the full power of cognition. Some decisions are made outside of the conscious self. I seem to observe a lot of my actions with little or no control over them. I must still own these actions.
This one took me. This is the one I quit for because I just couldn't get it for a little while. It took me comically long to even realize what was going on in the first place. The goal is to erase them all. And basically the best way to do it, the center tiles are the hardest ones to control, because typically when you look away from the center, you're also looking away from one of the sides. So take advantage of the way it's set up, and just like slowly make it so only the center ones are visible. That way you can then strafe across, and as you walk away and you put the laurels behind you, they vanish. It's just the kind of stuff that you wouldn't think of when you're just sitting there screaming.
How does compartmentalization
This one's very
square
straightforward.
with consciousness? This subconscious, what's that doing? Keeping secret knowledge. Even as a god, the idea of trudging through my subconscious is somewhat nightmarish. Some things best not known, even for the all-knowing.
Comparatively, they just give you that one on a silver platter.
The sad thing about being a god is the crushing loneliness. I don't really feel I have an equal. This wall, for instance. And don't get me wrong, he's a smart-looking wall. I enjoy being around him. But he has little of interesting conversation. Very flat personality. Like the bridge from earlier. Very anthropomorphized.
God damn you. Oh, I made an assumption that wasn't right. This one's fun.
I love giant machines. The bigger the machine, the better. This is my idea of heaven. There's something about a giant machine that screams godlike. Me and my machines, animated, as if alive, but really just acting inside a closed system. They give the impression they are full of life, but they are just wheels and cogs that turn in time. Ticking, clicking, and clacking contraptions.
That one meets there. So we need to get that one to meet. One more. There we go. Oops, wrong one. So it goes across. But there must be another. There we go. Yes. There we go. Yeah, there used to be a little mobile game like this, huh? I can't remember what it's called, though. Monument Valley. It's been a very long time since I've heard that name, to be honest. I'm sorry it's so grainy, by the way. That was the only way I could make it work without, like, basically forfeiting the stream every few seconds. This one's fun.
If knowledge is in the mind, to be alone is to experience all of knowledge. All the substance of knowledge exists within mind. Therefore, to suppose another, whose mind was unknowable or transient, would suppose a world in which all knowing was an impossibility. So it follows that being alone serves as a proof of my deity. In this way, it is a comfort to me that I am alone. Others would be a difficult problem.
That's good. I'd hate for it to be an unwatchable mess. Yep. Should be a
Stairway to
bow
heaven,
walkable.
made of fool's gold.
There we go. It's not beautiful, but it'll play.
Being alone is important. If one does not hear both parts of a conversation, one cannot have a full idea of what is discussed. To be alone is to know the whole story. But still, this world seems to attempt to communicate something. The world is filled with part conversation. The writings on the walls themselves. Let there be yet more light. Being alone can serve as a comfort. If there's no one can hurt you. But perhaps that's a bleak outlook. There must be joy that comes from others. Praise, they can offer praise. As a god, praise is something I can relate to. Not enough praise at the moment. Worship wouldn't go amiss. But if there were others, they might attempt to belittle me, bring me down to improve their own relative status, accuse me of pride, narcissism, pretentiousness, or grandiose self-referential commentary. Nonsense. Pretension implies there is a lack of thought. The pretense of thought. I've thought long and hard about how brilliant I am. Done.
Oops. Got distracted by Katie.
It doesn't take a genius to see that I am a genius. Comparative statements are somewhat redundant when you're the lone wanderer of the universe. I think I'd like a goddess to share this with. We could walk around and talk about gold, perhaps waste away the time discussing how brilliant I am. She could bask in my intellect and compliment me on my immense wealth. Perhaps she'd look like me too. Obviously she couldn't be as handsome, that would be unthinkable. Could I create a goddess more majestic than myself? Could I create a rock that I couldn't lift? Well, apparently I can create doors I cannot open. What does a goddess do, though? Quite clearly, I'm busy doing all this god stuff. Walking about, thinking about stuff, solving problems, inventing problems to solve. Would she be my helper, or off doing her own thing? I'm a pretty big deal. If I had a goddess, I'd assume she'd want to be around me most of the time. But I feel like I'm too busy with all these challenges to possibly give her all of my attention. I mean, to be fair, it's likely to destroy her given my godlike intensity. Maybe I'd make her in my image. That would be amazing! 2 of me! Oh, we'd have so much in common! I'd quite like her to be lively. First, she'd have to be alive. Being alive is somewhat a prerequisite for being lively. Not created life yet. I see as through a
This
glass
one was interesting.
dimly, not knowing as I should know. More light. Slight obsession with light here. I'm done here.
Yeah. Basically, you had to get only one light through these 3, and 3 lights through this one. So the best way was to get those 3 alight, and just look through it. This one was just line it up and look in. So it's just a matter of waiting for it to actually, line up. And yeah, that's the part where it's just kind of like, okay, dude, chill. Last door.
Why can I be surprised? If I'm all-knowing, then I should know all. Perhaps there is a moment when knowledge is created. Sometimes when I ask these questions, I wish there was a response. Wish there was someone out there listening to me, hearing these words. But how could they tell me even if they were listening? I've never heard their voice. If a voice came down from the sky to talk to me, I'd probably think I was crazy. But in case anyone's listening, I have a surplus of gold. If you'd like to pop by my universe, I could give you some. Friendship for gold? Straight up trade?
Oh, shit. I'm looking at the wrong side. So if we follow along... I did it.
That's this done. I make a lot of mistakes and missteps. Can a god make mistakes? A mistake is something unintended. Am I an imperfect god? Or perhaps I'm not a god at all. Oh, no. Let's not be silly. Of course I'm god.
Oops. Missed. Okay, tight. Here we go. Trying to have some revelations here. Damn, can't jump inside. I do appreciate that we all came together in order to slam him for that one particular moment. It was good.
Still,
Ta-da!
no companion.
There's a sleepy Artemis on the cat tower. Might accidentally beat this before my parents come home. She's very cute. She also broke into my room last night to sit on my face, and it was terrible, with her stinky cat butt.
What if it's all a joke? This whole world? A grand joke of which I am the punchline. What if someone stands, looking on,
Y'all ready for
grinning
this?
atop their high horse? An elevated perspective makes it easy to look down. What if someone distant and unknowable were forcing me to stumble around my world? Forcing me to overcome a series of mental obstacles, all for what? To demonstrate something? To teach something? What? Maybe I'm not a god. Maybe I'm a jester. Have you heard the one about the character who thought he was the infinite? His story came to an end. Quite the dramatic irony. Do I make my movements? My steps? I've never thought about a step I've made. They just seem to occur. I'm thrown about this world. Do I control or rather merely witness my movement? If it is the case that I'm merely witnessing my motion, then is this my body? Or am I an observer? Light has curious properties. It drives out darkness, or perhaps it's the other way around. Perhaps light is the absence of darkness. I should find out. How much light do you need to fill a bucket? 4?
Basically him at the moment. And this is where it starts to get a little more abstract, and it took me a little while to think it out. I'm so sorry. It's like very trouble with my peace today. What got this.
Patience is a virtue I possess. A god has infinite patience. A small proof of my deity. If I get frustrated with waiting, what does that mean? I'm not a god? Suppress. Just a momentary lapse of reason. Existential crisis. Everyone has one. Don't worry about it. Suppress.
This one? Quite simply, just wait. That's it. He talks about patience, so have patience. The sundial will come around, and it'll be a day. You look away though, and it snaps back to its original place. Ta-da!
Perhaps my lack of control is rational. I have two observable natures as far as I can see, my body and my mind. My body moves around doing things. It can be pushed away by equal and opposite forces. It is constrained by the world. My mind creates thoughts that it speaks.
This one, however. You step on the tile, it changes.
What is my nature though? Unitary, bipartite or tripartite or something other? How could I know? I have my words. Words are the product of a mind. Therefore it follows that I think. I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. I move, so I have a body. Maybe a spirit too. Something intangible, a connection with a world I cannot know.
So, if you look closely though, and this is what I missed at first, this one has really cut off edges while this one has rounded edges. That one has rounded edges. This one's very cut off. So you actually have to mirror across the hallway. So directly diagonal from the corner is where you put your first step. The other trick is to not somehow blunder your way through all this. There we go. Fixed it. And this one is not exactly what I expected it to be. Oh no! That's an easy fix. Ta-da! I'll change my batteries in a hot second. And also, hello, new person. Glad you could join us. Wow. Quite a few people tuned in. Thank you. We're actually almost at the end of the game. This one's fun. Fun fact, this button does absolutely nothing. I'm so mad about it still. And hello, Burin. Thank you for making it.
Recurring theme here, back with the difference. What is it with all these observations I keep making? Observations about this and that. Always got something interesting to say, apparently. Communication, that's what I keep trying to do. These aren't just thoughts, they're words. But who am I talking to? This audible collection of my thoughts, what is its purpose? Why do thoughts have words? Do words allow understanding of thoughts? Perhaps without words, thoughts would be unchained things. Not everything is up for grabs. Parts of the world bend to my will, or perhaps are just tethered to me. In a world where I am the only agent of change, do I approach the end of the world, or does the end approach me? I'm definitely the most important thing in this world. These orbs love me, bowing to my sight, my perspective. My perspective is truly crucial to the world. My perspective, it brings me close to the end.
love this part in particular. For whatever reason, this rolly floor makes me really happy. And yeah, the bunch is there to vex me. Oops. But yes, it's on the right side now. Nailed it. There we go. Hey now. Ah.
I don't think I'd take it well if I spent my life controlled by another, though I'm not fully in control, clearly. My body is constrained to this world. But I happily resign to this lack of control, it's just the darker side of that. How'd you get over that nagging feeling that someone is watching over you, controlling your steps? Unwelcome. Are these words even my words? I could be anything. Maybe I'm just words on a page, a script on a screen, an actor, a voice, a character, a visage, a fake. Approaching the end. I feel the Omega, my destination.
I'm glad y'all can make it, by the way. I appreciate it.
This is it! The end of the path, the destination. But how can there be progress without a destination? A few seconds ago there was nothing, but now, here I am, surrounded by trees, ready to hear them fall. The path serves to direct my steps. Disturbing that my steps are being directed. That's an unwelcome thought. I am aware, but I don't feel in control. I feel a lack of control and a control beyond my own. I don't want to roll away this stone. That nagging thought again. Why am I continuing? Despite my desire to the contrary. This is the progress I desired. The destination I set out for at the beginning. The knowledge I grasped for. The end of the road. There's no way back, and knowledge feels dangerous now. The stone is rolled away, and in here I can see shadows dance on the walls. Projections. All this time I felt a presence watching over me. I felt a control beyond my own. No! No! Ah! No! Get off me! Get off me! I can feel you, distant person, controlling my every step. You've been here since the beginning. Watching! Malevolent or benevolent, it makes no difference. You have no right! Get off! The door is closed. I can't go back. Well, did you pay your price for your slave? You deserve to control me. Is it your right? Is it? Go on, tell me, what was my price? You stand there in the distance. I can see it now. I cannot see your face, but I feel you like a rushing wind. You guide my steps. You order my steps. There's no way back. Why do you drive me forwards like an animal? Your insatiable appetite for closure? No! No! Look away! Why should we go through here? There's no reason. Why must we travel through every door you wish? Elucidate me. What about me, my desires? Let's just wait here, forever.
And yes, he's actively disrupting my camera. I can't actually do much about it.
I've never been alone. You move my world, manipulate me. All this time you have placed my every footstep. How can I trust you? You've been watching over me secretly and silently since the beginning of time. That's pretty villainous. I want to go back. There's no other way but forward now, apart from infinite stillness. Show yourself, please! Your silence is deafening. You say nothing. You sit silently above, playing God. You are the danger. You move my world. A leap of faith.
Deserve to be a real boy.
Don't touch that. You don't even know what it's for.
Boy with thoughts.
It's a game. I'm not real. You've been watching me for all this time, since the beginning of the universe. But you didn't say anything. You sat silently. Apparently, you think it's okay to just watch a person for hours. Why am I here then? I am part of your game? Your entertainment? You play with my life. You move me around as you see fit. Tell me where to look, how to think. Manipulate my world. Push me down a path of your choosing, all for your appetite for closure. Am I your slave? What was my price? Or perhaps you're my spirit. Perhaps not. Perhaps my conscience, perhaps my consciousness. Maybe I'm a puppet and you're my master. Perhaps at this point, neither of us are in control. Few things are sure. I am not real. From nothing I came, and to nothing I will return. I am just a figment of an imagination. I am a character created to tell a story. The story of a person who observes their life, but is not in control. There's a puzzle for you. In the beginning, me.
That's Pnuema Breath of Life. Took me a grand total of about 45 minutes to beat that game. So yeah. I actually gotta hop off for a little while, make coffee, help with dinner. Thank you. It helps when you beat the game before. Suddenly the puzzles aren't that hard and you can do them pretty fast. Even the floor tile one that took me the better part of 2-3 hours it didn't take very long. Right? CC running at the very last second. Oh boy, it's time for an existential crisis. And I showed one challenge, but there's 2 more, and one is so involved. Oh my god. If you were observant, there's some paintings that had Roman numerals underneath them that are spread throughout the chapters, and you have to look at all of them in order. It's tough to do. Yeah, basically, CC really chose it. After everybody goes to bed, I am more than happy to start streaming, God damn it, what's the name? The name is Gone Home. Hello, Shane. There you go. But like I said, if we do that, that's going to be about 4-ish hours down the line, if that's what you guys want to do. Because I'm more than happy to stream more games. You guys also get to hear me try and fail to read out loud, which is always a fun task. Cece says hello. You got a wave. I know. The reason why everybody's in the stream is because I'm in the middle of the living room. I am taking up the most space. Oh, I'm sorry. Cece wants me to correct. Cece asks, what's poppin'? Oh god, don't remind me. I don't need that right now. Ren also says hello in a very Mimi fashion. You get another wave. Yes, please, disturb the kitten. Either way, I'm going to hop off for now. You guys are more than welcome to join me later down the line. I hope to see you there. Thank you again for tuning in.